Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to DIY Art Plus. So today I'm going to show you step by step how I paint this painting, and I'm planning on making like a very colorful, like rainbow kind of a background for this painting. So let's see how it's gonna turn out. I'm not really sure, so I'm gonna find out with you. So if you are new to my channel and you really like, oops, I'm so sorry. Okay, I don't really mean it. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, I was saying, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like to see me painting like a step-by-step painting videos, like paint with me videos. And if you enjoy watching this, please give a thumbs up to this video and also subscribe to my channel. Alright, so let's start. So for this, I actually am gonna be using whole lots of colors. You can definitely use more colors than what I'm using here. More is better for this painting, I believe. Alright, so I'll show you what colors those are in a second, but these are the brushes that I'm gonna be using. This bigger one is number, let's say it's 1 inch, so it's 2.54 centimeter. Okay, and this one is a small one. This is number 0, and this is number 1/4, like that. Okay, so yeah, these are the brushes that I'm gonna be using. If you don't have this kind of a brush, you can also use a flat brush or any round brush if you have. Alright, so to be honest guys, you don't have to use exact same materials that I'm using, but just in case if you are interested to see where I get it from, I'm gonna put the link down below if you want to check it out. Alright, so these are the color that I'm gonna be using today. Maybe I will add more, not sure. Okay, so this is plain titanium white. This is just a plain black. This one here is a green. I'm not gonna be using too much green. It's this one here. It says grass green. And if you like to see the name, you can just pause the video there and then check out the name. Alright, and this next one, I know it looks a little different. I believe I mixed some paint in that, but that's okay. This one is aqua. Alright, and the next one is purple, and mine just says purple here. Okay, and this next one right here is turquoise. This next one is just a plain orange. This is again just a plain red, I believe. Yeah, it says bright red. Alright, and I'm also going to be using yellow. So I don't really want to waste this paint, so I'm going to be using this one here. By mistakenly, I add some black there, but that's okay. I can manage. Alright, so these are the color I'm going to be using. Like I said again, you can definitely use more colors than what I'm using here today. More is better, right? Alright, so now I'm going to start working on my background. So my planning is to add a nice colorful background right here. So I'm gonna start with the yellow first in the center here. Alright, so make sure you have a cup of water so you can clean your brushes there. And also a paper towel so you can just dry your extra water from your brush. Alright, so now I'm gonna start taking a little bit of yellow. Let's see if I can. I think this much is enough, not too much. Alright, and then it doesn't have to be like completely in the center, like in the center here. It's okay if it's slightly a little bit on left or right side. Okay, and I'm just gonna apply yellow like that from top to bottom. Doesn't have to be straight line. Remember, we are just painting for fun. It doesn't matter how it turned out. All is matter is you're having fun painting, right? Alright, so like I said, I'm not really sure how it's gonna turn out, so don't worry how it's gonna turn out right now. Alright, and then what I did is just clean that extra paint from my brush like that. Alright, next color I'm gonna be using is green color. Okay, so So the basic color theory is like when you mix blue and the yellow, it's becoming green, right? So that's why I'm not taking too much green here, just this much. This much is good enough. All right, and then I'm just gonna apply it right here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna mix these two colors together. For that, make sure you don't have too much green on your brush or too much yellow on your brush. If you feel like you have too much paint, just wash it, clean it. I'm not washing my brush, I'm just cleaning on the side of my plate like that. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do is just go on between those two colors, up and down like that. I'm not going on my yellow too much, just a little bit more on the green area. All right, just that's all I'm gonna do right now. If you are using a canvas, I'm so sorry I forget to mention, I'm using 8 by 10 size of panel size of canvas. It's a panel. But if you have a canvas that have a frame on the edge, something like this, you can also paint on the edges too, so that after you are done, the whole painting looks like everything is like together. All right, so okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is clean my brush here because I have lots of green in here. And sometimes these bigger brushes are very hard to clean. So just what I like to do is just go all the way down in the cup water like that, and then move your brush like you're painting on the bottom of your cup. All right, and then clean that extra water. Dry a little bit. Alright, so now I'm gonna mix my yellow and the green together. So just for this area, yellow is very lighter color. I actually am gonna go and take a little bit of yellow, not too much, maybe just I guess this much. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply it right here and going between these two, green and the yellow. The more you go, it's gonna blend more, so don't be scared to go as many times as you like to until you are satisfied. Okay, that's looking good to me. Okay, this is where I'm gonna stop. All right, so the next color I'm gonna use is blue color. Now again, if you want to clean your brush, let's clean brush. It's gonna be easier. Alright, now I'm gonna take the lightest color, which is this blue right here, which is like turquoisey. Okay, and just a little bit, not this much. This is good. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply one line like that. Again, if you feel like you have too much paint on your brush, just wash it, clean it. I'm just gonna clean it on my paper here. Alright, and then I'm just gonna go between my green and the blue. Again, very slowly. Okay, I'm gonna clean my brush again. Like I said, guys, there is no right, no wrong in here. If you feel like you apply too much blue and you don't see any green, just take a little green and then go back again. If you feel like you apply too much blue, just add a little bit of like green. I think I'm saying it wrong, but that's okay. You got what I'm saying, right? Okay, so I feel like I need to add a little bit more green here. So here I'm taking a little bit green, going between my blue and the green. Okay, that's good. Alright, now I'm gonna move on to my next color, which is this aqua shade. Okay, I'm just gonna add it right there. I mean, you can see the difference, right? So if you don't have all these kind of colors, and if you just have a plain blue, just keep adding a little bit of more and more white. I mean, into your white, just add more and more blue. So as I'm gonna go on this side, I'm just gonna make this area more darker. As I'm gonna come in middle, this area is gonna be more lighter. All right, I'm sorry guys, sometimes I'm very bad at explaining. If you feel like I'm sounding like very confusing here, but I'm trying. Okay, so I clean my brush again, and now I'm gonna go back between these two colors. Okay, this blends so easily. All right, so the next color is this purple here. Now I don't have too much of this color left, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of purple here. Oops, need more. Okay, that's good. I maybe go and add a little bit of more other color out in a second, but let's just stick with the purple for now. Okay, and then I'm just gonna clean my brush. If you want to get like a different texture and not this kind of a line, you can definitely use like a sponge or something, or maybe a different kind of a brush. Alright, and then I'm just gonna go between these two colors. Alright, I'm gonna go back with a little bit more darker purple here on this edge. So let's see if we can mix a little bit of purple with a tiny bit of black, not too much, just maybe like tiny little dot. So here I take purple and a little bit of black, mixing it all together. Okay, let me mix it on middle so you can see the difference. Okay, maybe a little one more dot. Yep, I like that color, so I'm gonna make it a little bit more here. Okay, so here I take more black, so I need to add more purple. So that's why I always say, if you are mixing any color, take your paint little by little. You don't have to mix the whole thing. You will end up with the color that you don't like, and then you will be out of your paint, right? So just take your paint little by little. This is the color I'm gonna be using. Okay, and I'm just gonna add just a one line here. So as you can see the different, like this was like very lighter purple and this is nice and dark. All right, so I don't really want to make it too dark, so I'm gonna clean my brush now. All right, so now I'm gonna blend my purple and the darker purple. So again, I clean and wash my brush, clean and dry my brush, and then just going between like that, up and down. Maybe I'm gonna go one more time, I guess. This time I'm not gonna wash my brush. This is gonna be different for everyone, I guess, because we all take a different amount of paint on our brush. So if you feel like it's too dark, just clean your brush. But this is where I'm gonna stop. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to my other side, and for this part, I'm gonna be using yellow, orange, and red. So let's do that. Make sure you clean your brush very nicely this time. You don't have any more purple or blue left. Otherwise, your yellow will become like a green color. Alright, so my yellow right here is almost dry, but that's okay. I'll show you in a second how to blend orange and the yellow together. But first, what I'm gonna do is apply yellow first. Orange first. So this is the amount I'm taking here. This is good enough. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add it right here. I love this color. Okay, this is good enough. Now I'm gonna add yellow here. So if you want to, you can clean your brush. I just don't have too much paint, so I'm not cleaning my brush here. And I'm gonna take some yellow now. This is good. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply it right here. All right, now I'm gonna blend these two colors. So this time I'm gonna start blending color from my yellow. So here I'm just gonna start from here, up and down. I'm gonna go a little bit on my orange now, a little bit on my yellow again, a little bit on my orange. Okay, so I really want to add a little bit more yellow here, so I'm gonna clean my brush. This is super simple painting, guys. But if you have anything else in your mind you want me to paint, just let me know in a comment. I love to try new things. Alright, so here I clean my brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of more yellow. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply it right here. Okay, and then blending my yellow and orange again. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna go back one more time with the yellow in a second. Okay, but first I'm gonna move on to my next color, which is red here. So let's do that. So this is what I'm gonna be using. It's a little bit hard to hold this panel if you are using like a canvas panel. Going all the way to the edges. As you can see, I leave a little space between my yellow and the orange. I mean my red and the orange. And this will help us to blend these two colors together in a second. Alright, now I'm gonna clean my brush. Alright, so now I'm gonna mix these two colors. So again, I'm gonna take a little orange here, just a bit of orange, and then I'm just gonna go between these two colors. Okay, I might have to hold it like that, I guess. Okay, so just like we did with other colors, I take a little orange. Now I'm blending these two colors like this. Alright, so here I'm all done. So again, if you are still working and if you feel like I'm going too fast, just pause the video and just start again whenever you are done with this part. Alright, so now I'm gonna make this corner, this area right here more darker. So for that, I'm gonna make my red a little bit darker. So here I'm gonna take a little bit of red and tiny amount of black. Okay, mixing it all together. This is the color I'm gonna be using. Alright, so just like we did on the other side, just applying a little bit on this edge. Okay, what I'm gonna do is flip my canvas like that so that it's easy to work. And I can hold it from here. Okay, so now again, just adding a bit of this darker color here. And then I'm gonna, okay, I don't know why it's so hard to hold this one today. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, alright, so now again, sorry, I'm so sorry guys, I don't know why this thing is moving a lot today. Okay, I'm gonna take my paint one more time because this is not dark enough, so I need to make a little bit more. I seriously don't want to make it too dark, but I think I need more, I guess. All right, that's good. Okay, this is where I'm gonna stop, I guess. Alright, so as you can see, I messed up a little bit here, but that's okay because guess what? I'm gonna be adding some trees and leaves, and that's gonna hide that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of white in the center because, I don't know. Okay, so here I'm just gonna clean my brush. Alright, I'm so sorry guys. Okay, so here I take a little bit of white. Now I'm just gonna add it a little bit in those. I think I take too much white here, so I don't need this much of white, just a little bit like that. Okay, now I'm just adding one line here in the center. Okay, that's better. Okay, I think I like that. Just so tiny bit of red. Okay, now I'm getting paint everywhere on my hands, so I need to stop painting my background. Here I'm all done with the background. I'm gonna let everything dry, and then I'll be back after everything's dry. Alright, so here my painting is nice and dry. Now I'm gonna move on to my next part. So what my plan is to add a little like pond or maybe some water area right here. So for that I'm using my small brush. Again, if you don't have this kind of a brush, you can also use like a flat brush or a round brush. Alright, so now for this part you can either use a black or white color. I'm gonna be using white. Alright, so just taking a little bit, make sure you wet your bristles first in your water. Okay, and now I'm just gonna take like a tiny bit of white. This is good enough. Okay, and again, you don't have to completely follow me. If you want to, go ahead. But what I'm doing is I'm adding my water right here. So let's say I'm gonna add one dot there, there, there. So this is all gonna, everything on the bottom is gonna be my water area. Okay, so just very lightly making a line here. All right, that's good. All right, now I'm gonna start adding like a sun here. Okay, so for that I'm just using a tiny amount of white. Just this is good enough, and then I'm just gonna add like a small little circle, like not doesn't have to be too perfect circle because we're gonna almost hide this area anyways by adding trees. All right, so just a tiny bit of dot so that you know where your sun's gonna be. Okay, now I'm gonna be adding I don't know what it's really called, but you're gonna get idea after I'm making it. Okay, so make sure you don't take too much of paint. Just take it a little bit and clean it on this edge of your plate or whatever you are using, and make sure your tip of your brush is nice and pointy. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start adding this line from the center of my sun. So like that. You don't have to count how many you are adding. Some of them are like small, some of them are like long. Okay, I need to take a bit of more paint here. So you get the basic idea, right? What I'm doing here, I guess. Alright, so that's all I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna start adding my tree trunks. Okay, so for that I'm still using my same small brush, middle brush. Okay, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of white. This is good enough. And I'm gonna, so for this part I always like to say is don't count your tree how many you are adding, because I'm using 8 by 10 size of canvas. In case if you are using a smaller canvas, you might have a smaller less space. If you are using a bigger canvas, you maybe have a bigger space, so you can add more trees. But I'm gonna add about like a 7 or 8 maybe, but let's see how many I can fit in here. So let's say I'm gonna add my first tree right here. As you can see, I'm just using tip of my brush. As I'm coming down, I'm making the bottom of my trunk a little bit thicker, like that. Okay, you just have to go one time right now. What we are doing is just adding a little touch of white so that we know where the tree trunk gonna be. We're gonna add more details inside of our trunk in a second, after we are done with all of our trees. Okay, so that's my first one. Maybe I'm just gonna go one more time down here, making it a little bit more thicker. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna add second one. Maybe that is going all the way to this edge. As you can see, it's not a straight. Trees are not perfect, right? There is no perfect shape there. Okay, I'm gonna add one that is gonna cross my sun right here. Okay, so this is gonna be the thickest one and the biggest one. Take too much white here. And I'm sorry, I can't really talk when I paint, so I can't do anything about that because I can't concentrate when I paint. Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna add more and more tree here again, as much space as you have in your canvas. Okay, one last, just maybe right here, coming all the way down. Remember, my water is coming like starting from here to here. Alright, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go maybe one time on just some of the tree, just to make it a little bit more white. Okay, so I'm not going on this one here. I'm just gonna go maybe one time on this one. You don't really have to go like perfectly. It's okay if you like you miss some spot, or maybe make your trunk a little bit more bigger by going second time. That's okay. As you can see, I actually can't go perfectly on my trunks on the same place. Alright, so here I'm all done. Now, we don't really want to make it too realistic, right? But I'm trying to make it slightly realistic. So what I'm gonna do is create slightly little bit of gray color and go over on some of the all of the tree. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is taking a little bit of white and tiny bit of black, not too much. Okay, so maybe a little bit more white. So this is the white I take and a little bit black. Mix it all together. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna be using. I hope you can see that. This is white, this is gray. Alright, now my light is coming from here, right? So on these trees, I'm gonna add on this tree, sorry, I'm gonna add my gray on the left side. I'm sorry about the left and right. Okay, so what I'm really gonna do is make sure you don't take too much of this paint, just a little bit. And I'm just starting from this edge of my trunk and adding this kind of a line just a one time. I don't know if you can see that, but after I'm done with the one whole tree, you can see the difference. So let me show you maybe on this paper here. Okay, let me draw. Let's see if I can find a pencil. Okay. Okay, let me make it bigger. You can see that. Okay, so let's see. Let's say this is the tree you added with the white. All I'm gonna do is with this gray, I'm starting from this edge of my trunk and then bringing my paint in. You don't have to do anything on this side. I'm just going one time over here from all the way top to bottom, and it's okay if you miss some of the spot. You don't have to like completely make it too dark. Just go one time and whatever happened, that's okay. And something like that, do the same thing on both of this tree, and when you are done with this tree and ready to do the other side, I'm just gonna do it like a opposite. So let's say these are the trunk, and on this 4 tree I'm gonna do it opposite side, so something like this. Alright, so let's do that. Let me make my gray slightly more darker so maybe you can see the difference, because I just checked, you don't see any different in this video here. So here I make it my gray more darker. Alright, so yeah, you can see that now. Okay, it's okay if you miss some of the spots. And let's say this is the line for your white. If you add your line maybe something like this, if you go a little bit out or in, that's okay. That's gonna look a little uneven, and that's what I'm going for, to be honest. Okay, so let's do this very quickly and maybe fast forward this part because this is gonna take a little time here. Alright, so here I'm all done now. What I'm gonna do is add some black now. So if you like to, you can clean your brush. I am not gonna clean my brush, and I don't know why I'm painting myself everywhere today. Okay, so here I'm just gonna take a little bit of black, just this much. Okay, and then similar to what I just did, I'm gonna do it, but this time I'm not gonna go everywhere. just on some of the area. Okay, so first let's stick with the one tree for now. So let's say for maybe this tree right here, I'm using just the tip of my brush for the whole time and add this kind of a line just very lightly. The quicker you go, you will get a nice line. The slower you go, you will get a bigly kind of a line, and it's up to you however you want to. As you can see, I'm not making all of my lines straight. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is something like this. So on this 4 trees, I'm gonna add this black line on the right side, and on this 2 3 I'm sorry, okay, these 3 trees, I'm gonna add it on the left side. Sorry about the confusion. Okay, so let's do that again. You don't need to add a perfect line here, right? So don't worry about that. Alright, so now remember how we did the gray area? I'm gonna do the same thing. So again, let's stick with this tree right here. Now for this part, if you want to use maybe a small brush, go for it. I'm gonna stick with this brush. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just add this kind of a line again, going on this line here. So maybe I'm gonna add one here, leave some space, add here. So something like this. I'm not going everywhere on the tree. So something like that. Let's repeat the same thing for all other trees we have. I have a question for you guys. Do you like more like a realistic kind of a painting, or like more abstract, like what we are doing today? I don't know, I like both, but what kind of painting do you like to paint? I really want to get some idea from you guys, because sometimes I paint a lot of abstract kind of a painting, but I also enjoy making like a little, not too realistic, just a little realistic kind of a painting. So let me know, I really want to know. Alright, so I think I'm gonna stop right here. I think I messed up one right there, but there's no messing up, right? Okay, so here I'm all done. Now if you feel like you add too much of black or too much of gray, you want to add more white, this is the good time. If you want to do that, make sure you clean your brush. And just like we did with our gray and black, we're gonna do the same thing with the white. Now again, this is completely very optional step, but let's say I really want to add like a little white here, maybe a little bit here. So yeah, you can definitely do that if you want to. Not going everywhere, as you can see, just maybe like 2 or 3 area, I guess, on each tree. And we're gonna be adding whole lots of leaves here in a second after we are done with this part. Actually, we're gonna work on the water area, so that our black and gray get some time to dry. Okay. Almost done. So I really want to add like more white here. I don't know why. For this trees here. But that looks good. Okay. I'm happy with that. What I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna work on this water area. So you can either use this brush or maybe a biggest flat brush if you have. I'm gonna be using this big actually I'm gonna be using this big flat brush. Will be easier and quicker. So alright, so now make sure you don't have any more water here, and I'm gonna take just a plain white. So this colors down here is a reflection of what we have right here. Okay, that's what I'm like thinking. Okay, I don't know if you maybe like think different way, but okay, so what I'm gonna do is just add like a little white here so that it looks more like a water, and this background color is gonna be like a reflection of what we have on the top. So let's see what happened, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go on these edges one time. Okay, and then I'm gonna add this kind of a line, like doesn't have to be straight. Okay, made it too thick, but that's okay. I think I have too much water, that's why. Make sure you dry your brush. Okay, and just use tip of your brush. So as you can see, I just take a little bit of paint, not too much here, and adding this kind of line. Okay, these are all nice and light white lines. Now I'm gonna add some more bigger ones, more darker ones, Okay, so that's there. So I try to make my painting very easy for all the beginners people, so that's why I'm not using any like difficult techniques here, but let me know if you are interested in like a little bit more like a harder painting that I'm making. Like if you want to see any harder painting that have a more details, more different kind of a technique, I also like to make those kind of painting for you guys. If you are interested, let me know in a comment. I don't know what you think, but okay, so here I'm all done. Now I'm gonna grab my different brush, which is this one again. Okay, and then I'm gonna use some black. Alright, so now I really want to make like some grass down here. Okay, so for that I'm using this color and just a plain black. Make sure every time you take your paint, your brushes, your bristles are nice and flat like that, not let's see. Okay, I'm gonna bring a bigger brush, not like this. Make sure it's nice and like one line looking right there, if that makes sense, but not like this. Okay, so I'm gonna take my paint one more time, and this is gonna give you that nice grass look. Okay, so now I'm starting from bottom here and then bringing my paint up like that. Okay, so something like that. Doesn't have to be like too straight, too perfect. I'm also adding my lines. Those are looking a little different, like that. This might take a little time. You can also use your small brush if you are not comfortable using this brush, but I like using this brush because I'm trying not to get like too thin line here, because I don't need thin line here. Alright, so that's all I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna go back with some more black, and this time I'm gonna dab. So what I really mean is here I have this white line right here, right? So I'm just gonna dab on that area like that, just maybe 3-4 times on one area like that, because I don't really want to see too much of white line there. All right, that's good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is add some rocks. I don't know, I really want to add some rocks here. So for that, I'm gonna use my small brush. Make sure you wet bristles here in your water. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use black paint for that too. So you can definitely use a different color if you want to. I'm just trying to keep it very simple here. All right, so let's do that. So what I'm gonna do is maybe make this one here, it's like a little oval shape, I guess. Okay, and then maybe some small ones here. And maybe a big one right there. Again, you don't have to create that oval shape. You can make anything you want to. Trying to make two together so it looks more realistic, like not too real, right? But okay, that's good. So the black I'm using, it's very thin paint. If you are using a good quality paint, it might be a little thicker, so you just have to go one time. But if you are using a paint that are too thin, you might have to go a couple times here. Alright, so I find a trick. What you can do is make this bottom of your rock, especially for the big one, not the small one, just make a straight line so that the bottom of the other part of the rock is under the water. Alright, so let's make some more. I hope I'm not adding too many. So when you are not sure what you are doing, take a little break, because I overdo everything, especially on my paintings. So just take a little break, I guess, and then come back. You're gonna get more idea if you wanna add more stuff or not, because like I said, I always add too much. Alright, so now maybe a couple more right there. Okay, I'm gonna stop here now. Alright, so now maybe gonna make this one a bit bigger, I guess. Alright, so now I'm gonna add some white. So for that, I'm just gonna clean my brush here. And then my sun is right here, right? So I'm gonna add, so this is all I'm gonna take here. And I'm just gonna add like a one tiny little line on the top of my rock, like that, just a small little line. If you don't like too dark line, you can also blend it with the black color there, but I'm just gonna keep it simple here. All right, so I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna start adding so I'm gonna go back one more time on this sun line that I added earlier. So let's clean my brush because I grabbed some black there. All right, so now you can definitely use a different brush if you want to. I'm just gonna keep using this one because I have it on my hand right now. So all right, so now I really want to bring this line right here, like, as you can see right now, this line is behind this tree, which I don't want to do that. I want to bring it front of my tree, so something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that for some of my tree here. And if you feel like you had too much paint there, just use your finger and clean the extra paint. Okay, for me it's very hard to stop. Okay, so I'm just gonna add maybe a couple more here, and that's where I'm gonna stop, I guess. Okay, so now I'm gonna start adding some of the leaves. So for that, I'm gonna use my middle brush. So let's clean that brush. Okay, so we're gonna be using again all of this color one more time. So on this tree right here, I'm gonna add yellow and some green leaves. So let's do that. So I'm gonna start with the yellow first. Again, if you don't have this kind of a brush, you can also use a flat brush, and that's also gonna give you the same brush strokes. Okay, so here, this is how I'm gonna add my petals. Simple, right? Okay, so I'm also gonna add some of the dots, dashes on this green area too. And I'm not gonna add too many on the bottom, just maybe like one small one here and there, but more on top. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do with this yellow. Now I'm gonna move on to my next color, which is let's work on this area first, which is orange. Okay, so here I'm just gonna take my orange. Again, I'm gonna start working on this area first, on the orange area. You can definitely add your your petals on the trunk area too. So maybe here I'm gonna add one there, maybe one here. You can go wrong with this. You cannot go wrong with this. Okay, I'm also adding some on the red area here. More is better sometime, right? Just some on the bottom area here. Leave some space for other colors. Alright, now I'm gonna move on to the next color, which is red. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the red on the red. You can definitely overlap your petals on each other if you want to. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing for some of the petal here. So start with the last here, and after you're done with the whole painting and you wanna go back with some more other colors on top, you can definitely do that. Okay, less on the bottom, more on the top. going with this color on my yellow here with some small dots, not too big one. A bit on the green area because I really like this color a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on the other side. Okay, make sure you clean your brush. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the blue, like lighter blue. You can use whichever blue you have available. So I'm gonna use this one here first. A little bit on the blue area too. I mean, a little bit on the yellow area too here. Okay, now I'm gonna move to my next color, which is this aqua. Yep. So yeah, now you can see the difference. I mean, this is the darker, this is the lighter one. Alright, the next color I'm gonna use is a purple, and I need more purple. Again, you can also add a little bit of on the trunk area too, otherwise that's gonna look a little weird if you don't do that. So as you can see, I had a lot of on this area, little less on this area. I'm gonna go back on this area in a second after I'm done with this here. Alright, now I'm done. Make sure you clean your brush when you add lighter color. So I also make like a painting kit here in my home in case if anyone here interested. I give you all the art supplies you need to paint, and also a step-by-step painting video like this, but a little bit more in detail, I guess. If you are interested, I'm gonna put the link down below of my website, my new website that I recently just created, so you can check that out. You will get more idea there. And if you have any question, you can maybe either just contact me here, just message me on my videos, or maybe email me if you have any question, or I'm also on social media. You can just ask me anywhere if you have any question. But yeah, you can check out my painting kit there. You will find all different painting options there to choose from. Check that out. You're gonna get more ideas. Alright, and if you have any other idea, if you want me to like paint here, just let me know. I love to get ideas, so I'm always gonna ask you guys for that. I still need to make a flower painting, somebody said, and also somebody said to make a butterfly painting. Yes, I remember. I will make that very soon. I just didn't get a time. Alright, so one last thing I'm gonna do, and then we are all done here. So I really want to add a little bit of more black on my all the tree trunks here. So just adding a I'm just taking tiny bit of black here on my small brush, and then I'm just kind of adding like a little knot of the tree, like you can say that. So something like that. Now you can add this on any side you like. It doesn't have to be like right or left. Make sure you don't add anything on the leaves area. we are all done. If you have any question about anything, just let me know just let me know in the comment, and I will get back to you about that. And thank you so much guys for supporting my small YouTube channel here. I really enjoy making my videos here for you guys, and all the comments that I get. I am so happy that I find you all guys, and you are very supportive. So thank you so much. Whenever I miss putting a video here on YouTube, my husband always say that you forgot to put your video here, you should do this. And I don't know why I really like making videos, but sometimes I just don't get time, and I started doing other things that are not too important, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoy making video for you guys. So thank you so much for supporting. And here I'm all done. Let me know what you think about this painting, and if you really like this kind of a video, just give a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel to see more of this kind of a step-by-step video. And I also wanted to tell you that if you have any other idea, let me know in a comment. And also I really wanted to tell you something I forgot. But anyways, I'm also on social media. If you like to share your painting with me, maybe this one or maybe any other painting you make, I love to see your guys painting. If you want to share it with me, I am actually on everywhere, anywhere in social media, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's all for now. But yeah, I'm gonna put the link down below of my social media too. You can also message me there if you want to. But thank you so much guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.